Hello everyone, you are welcome again to my YouTube channel, and this is a channel that improve knowledge in analytics in working with different software as related to doing different data preprocessing that will be able to guide you and navigate you into the journey of analytics. Today, I'll be introducing you to if function in Microsoft Excel. Excel happens to be one of the powerful software used by analysts across different sectors or different financial organizations to maximize and also to make their work to be more effective. When it now comes to working with different functions, if function is one of the powerful functions being related, integrated in Excel to make our work to be more flexible. So my name is Gabriel Yanoloa, and I will always solicit for your support by helping me to follow up, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That this is just a little way of encouraging me to do more and also to upload more videos. Now, I have prepared different questions as related to if function, and you're going to be seeing how I'm going to be working with them. Firstly, what is if function in Excel? If function if in Excel is a logical function that performs a comparison and return one of two values based on whether the comparison is true or false, and it is used for making decisions in a spreadsheet, such as assigning, pass, or fail. They are very powerful, just a powerful tools used in spreadsheets to make our work more flexible. Now, there are two things I have to make you to understand about if function. Firstly, I will guide you and help you to know that we have logical and we have comparative when it comes to logical function or if function. So example of logical function is and, or not. When we are having comparative statements, we are having greater than, less than, greater non equals to, less or not equals to, and not equals to. All those things are comparative statements. All those things will be used as I'll be teaching you and teach you different ways you are going to be working with it. Firstly, this is the first simple questions that you are going to be working with. So we have this from simple here, and the question is, they ask you to assign yes to any client score above 30, otherwise you know. And I told you that they use it to pass different argument to a particular variable. Now, from this our name client and this our bonus. From this link client, they ask us that any client score that is above 30 should be assigned yes. Otherwise, if those criteria does not meet, but it should be no automatically or definitely. So for you to use this kind of analysis or this kind of formulas, you are going to press your operator, then assign your if function. It's because if function is also a criteria. Anytime they are giving us criteria to meet, we know that we are going to be implementing if function. So by the time you enter, it's asking for your logical statement or logical test. You click on the first number, which is the first value or score you're working with. Then you now see greater. They say greater than 30, above 30 is greater. And that is one of the comparative statement I mentioned about. Now put your 30, the criteria you are given. Then we assign is yes. The first statement, then no. The first statement that you want to see is the one you are going to put first. That is yes. If this statement does not meet, the second criteria will come to place. Enter. So you click on enter, then you can make it ready by dragging it down. you can see that the value have been solved. So any value we are saying no, it means that it's not up to 30. And we are saying yes, it means that it's above 30. And that is the condition given. So we are just going to use just a simple formula. If passing your logical test greater than 30, yes, or otherwise, no. Very simple formulas. So let's go to the second one. When we are working with ifs, using more than ifs, that is if. The first one is just only one if, but now in a case whereby we have different statements that you need to change or to interchange your comparative statements. For instance, they has asked you to assign score greater than 4 to be $4,000. Score greater than 20 should be $1,000. Score less or equals to 20 should be 0. So under score less or equals to 20, you can see that this comparative statement change is different from the first two values of comparative statement that is greater, but now the last one is less than equals to. You can see the sign that change. In the case whereby you are given this kind of scenarios to work with, you are going to be using ifs. It will help you to change anything they ask you to change. Use ifs. And the first statement is the logical test, the first value. You just say greater than 40, passing the criteria. Then it should be what? Should be $4,000. You don't need to write your dollars there. After that, you see automatically it will happen. I can click on your dollar sign from your home. It will assign it to the value. So the second one is click on the logical test again. So that one also is greater than 20. Then that one should be given 1,000. You can see that we don't quote it because we don't quote integers. We only quote string. So that is why we don't quote numbers. They are numbers. Numbers, we don't quote them. It's only string or text numbers that we quote. Now, the last one, which is the logical, then we can see that the sign will change now. Greater or equals to 20, and that one should be assigned 0. So right time you close, you can see that it has worked automatically. So anyway, you are seeing this empty sign, it means that is 0. It's blank values. So the dollars you are seeing, we just click it from here, from this ribbon accounting number format. Then we assign the dollar sign to your function. You can see that the function is different because we are seeing different comparative statements. The way they use them is different. So we use ifs function to generate our value without stress. So we stop it by moving to the next question again. So now when you are given another question like this, now how we are going to use they ask to assign client score greater than 30 and a rating score greater than 6 is qualified and unqualified. I made mention of logical statement the other time that we have three, we have and, or not. And function is used if two statement is correct or are met. So why or function is used when one of the statement are considered to be correct. No function simply means none of the statement is true. So if the two statement is true, we are going to be using and. If one of the statement is true, we are going to be using or. If none of the statement is true, we are going to be using not. For instance, this question we are given, they ask us that any client score greater than 30 and rating score greater than 6, then they qualify for these remarks, qualify, otherwise unqualified. Now, because this statement must be met, the score must be greater than 30 and the rating score as well must be greater than 6. Two statements given. In other words, we are going to be using our if with our hand function, which is a hand function. We got these two statements they are asking us to make. Click on the first one, which is the new client. So we say greater than 30, comma, click on the second number rating greater than 6. So we need to close it, then comma, then put your remark there, put your remark. I told you that anytime you are working with string or text, we quote it. This number we don't quote. This is qualified. So close it from here. When you enter, can you see that That shows that anywhere you are seeing qualify, the two statements were met, which is greater than 30 and actually greater than 6. So when you come to Tunde's score, the client score, you can see this one does not up to 30. This one also does not greater than 6. When you see this, you can see the unqualified here too, because it's one statement that this criteria met. 57 from here, you can see that it met the first statement, it got greater than 30, but it not meet up with the second statement because it must be greater than 6, and this one is just exact 6. So it must be greater than 6. That's why it's simplified. When you come here and you change this and sign to all sign, and I told you that all sign is used if one of the statement is true. When you enter it and you now come back here, rearrange, make it relative again, you can see that this statement before was unqualified. You can see that now it's qualified because one of the statements was being met. So anyway, I think qualified. This one also is not greater than C, but this first one was correct. So that's why we can work with either or not. Or is used if one of the statement is true, while hand is the two statement must be true. I change it back to hand function, then I come back here to readjust it. That's how to use either her and not. But if the none of the statement is not true, then we are going to be using not function. So that is when we are working with more than one criteria at the same time. So use your if and with your or with your not function. Just need to go through it and go through it to be able to get it and understand it better. We move to the next one. This one is called nested if. Nested if simply means using more than one if, using if inside if. So you can see that this one now is different from the one we have been doing before. Nested if simply will enable you to use more than one if together. The assignment we are given here to do is they ask to assign a value. The total says anywhere 6 is greater or equals to 5,000, they serve extra bonus. Anywhere total 6 is greater or equals to 3,000, but it's less to 5,000 should be given the sub bonus, otherwise no bonus. So we have three criteria to do from here. We enter it. First criteria, we enter our if function, they click on our logical statements. Greater or equals to the S in your value or the criteria 5,000, then put it. I asked you that we need to quote any value that is string or text. So we just say this one deserve bonus. That's what they asked us to do. Deserve extra bonus, then comma. We enter another if. That is why they call it nested if. Not using more than one if in a statement. Click on the logical statement again, greater or equals to 3,000. Put down that one deserve just bonus. Deserve bonus. So remain the third one. So the third one, we don't need to re-enter our if function again because if the two statements are not met, automatically it will be last one. So what you just need to put here, just no bonus. To say no bonus, no bonus. Just close it here. Close twice because we have to function. If function we enter, you can see that. You can see that. You can assign what they ask us to do. Can you see that you have been assigned? You can see different functions and different formulas and how to use them very well with Excel. So, and this here we're stopping. When it comes to your function with Excel, you can always reach out to me for personal mentorship. I will guide you more with it. Kindly help me to subscribe and share and follow my page more. Thank you.